Victoria from Crochet A to Z, and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. If you have, thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here, and please remember to subscribe. So today I want to show you this really cute pattern. I really love it, and I love the name of it. I love it. It's called the Cabbage Patch Stitch, and it's really cute. It has a light texture to it, and it has these shells. It's just so easy to make. It's great for beginners, and it's great for somebody that wants to do something different. And if you're a new crocheter, it is a great one to learn with. And you can make a lot of things with it. You can make Afghans, you can make baby blankets, you can make lap cans, you can make boot cuffs with this. You can also make scarves, shawls, all kinds of things with this pattern. And see the light texture, and I'm going to show you how we got there. We have these shells that we're going to be making. I wanted to show you this before we get started. And below that is this cross stitch, this double crochet cross stitch. And I'm going to show you how we got there. This is the one above it, and this is the one below it. And this is a 2-row pattern repeat, and it's really easy, and I'm going to show you how we got there. What happens with this pattern is you're going to crochet a multiple of 4. So it's going to be 4 plus 4 plus 4 until you get to your desired width. And then after you do that, you can add 7. So you go 4 plus 4 plus 4, and then you add 7 to this pattern. I, for the sake of this tutorial, made 27. This is your working chain. These are your chains. They're your V's. And at the very end, you have, or should I say when you start, you have your slip knot. Not considered a chain. These are considered a chains. They're your V's. And this is your working chain. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet on the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to make a double crochet right there. I want to also mention that this is going to count as a double crochet. So we're going to go into this 3 more times. And we're going to have 4 double crochets in that 5th chain. So we're going to make 4 of them. Now we're going to skip 1, 2, 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And in the 4th one, we're going to make 4 more double crochets. And I really do love the name of this, Cabbage Patch Stitch. And I am using an H hook, just to let you know. And this is acrylic yarn. This one was made with Lion Brand Basic Stitch. And this is a Karen yarn. 1, 2, 3. In the 4th, you're going to make 4 more double crochets. And you're going to do this right across. And I'm going to go slow, especially if you're following up with, following me with the crochet hook in your yarn. I always like to go slow so that you're not lost in what I'm saying. This way here, it makes it easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am visual, and a lot of people are, and I like to make this an easy, so when you walk away you say, okay, I actually know what I have to do. I know what I'm doing. Or if you look at it, watch it more than once, you're like, okay, I can do this. And that's why I like to just go slow. So 1, see it? 1, 2, 3 in the fourth one. You're going to make, I'm going to call it shells. You're going to put 4 double crochets right in there. And again, this is a 2-row repeat. I suggest at the end when you finish that you finish with row 2, which would be this. So that's my suggestion, that you end with that. So now you got 1, 2, 3, 1 more. And you'll know if you didn't put enough or something's, because it'll be off. So now what we do is we skip 1. You're going to have 2 chains at the end. You're going to skip 1 and you're going to go into the last one and you're going to make a double crochet. You will have a double crochet at the beginning and at the end of this. Now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3. You're going to turn your work and we're going to start making the twisted double crochet. So now here's your shells. I'm going to call them shells. There's 4. In this one, this very first one, the one that's away from your hook, you're going to do a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, 2. Those chain 2s are very important. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make a double crochet in that very first double crochet closest to your hook, and you're going to go in there, and this is going to cause the crossover. Now you're going to go into the next one, and again into that very, let's say it's the first one, double crochet, and then you're going to double crochet in here after you make your chain 2. 1, 2. And I want to drive that home. You go right in here and you make another one, your double crochet, twisted double crochet. You're going to go to the next one. Going to go right in here and you're going to make your double crochet. You're going to chain 1, 2. You're going to go into this very first one and you're going to make a double crochet. Now I want to also tell you that this is going to look weird. It's going to say, oh, you know, it's kind of doesn't feel right. It's kind of, I don't know, just weird. But that's okay because it's all going to work out. So again, we're going to go in here and we're going to make our double crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2. You're going to go into this very first double crochet and we're going to do the twisted double crochet. We're going to go into this again. We're going to just repeat ourselves right to the end. Double crochet, chain 1, 2, and a double crochet right here. Now you're going to go into this next one and you're going to do the same thing, and you might have to pull this apart so that you can see where you're at, and you're going to do another double crochet in this shell, in the first one, and then you're going to chain 2 and do another double crochet your twisted double right here, and you're gonna do that. Now you're going to look for this this chain 3. You can go right into the top of that and you can make a double crochet right on that. Some people like making it in here. I actually like going right into the chain 3. I think it gives it a more stability than having it in there. So now we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and yes, that counts. You're going to turn your work around, and what you're going to do is now you're going to make these shells in here again, and what you're going to do is you're going to go right here, and that's where you have your chain 2. In between those chain 2s, right in there, you're going to make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to go into this one. There's your chain 2 again, right in the middle, and you're going to make, once again, your 4 double crochets. And see how you can see the crossover? Your double crochet, your twisted double crochet. See how you can see it? There it is. It's a real pretty stitch. It really is. So now we're going to go right back into where the chain 2 is, and we're going to make 4 more double crochets. And I suggest, again, that's totally up to you, but when you finish and you get to the end of whatever your project is, I suggest you end it with this row so that it's uniformed with the bottom. This will be your bottom as you work your way up. So that's my suggestion. And we're going to go again into that next where the chain 2 is, right there. That's why your chain 2 is really important, because that's going to give you the room, and then when you put these in, it gives it a lift so that you can see that twisted double crochet. And now we're going to go into the next one. Pull it apart so you can see it. And we're going to make 4 more. Now we're going to grab onto another one, and we're going to just repeat this right. And like I said, this works up so fast that your projects will fly with this stitch as well. So it's really, and it's a nice, really pretty stitch. You could actually make a sweater with this, you know, a vest, anything. See how it, there's your, so now at the very end here, we're going to make a double crochet. Beautiful. Now we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, counts as a double crochet. You're going to turn your work around. Now we're going to go back and do our repeat. This was a repeat. This is our second repeat. We're going to go back in here and we're going to do a double crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2, and then we're going to go into this very first one, and we're going to do a double crochet. And I want to show you something else where it's, see how it starts flattening just like this did? It starts flattening so that it's easier, I should say, to work. So it starts to flatten. Now you're going here, double crochet, chain 1, 2, twisted double crochet, goes right in there, pull it up, and you double crochet. Again, you're going to go into this very first one away from your hook, that very first double crochet in that shell, and do a double crochet. Chain 1, 2, go right into here and do your twisted double crochet. Let me show you again. I like to show you more than once. So you're gonna, once you finish this one, you're going to go into the next one. Always remember the one farthest, the shell farthest from your hook, and do a double crochet. Chain 1, 2, do your twisted double crochet in this very first one closest to your hook. Now, again, we're going to go in this one. Chain 1, 2. Check it, and you can see it'll get so easy that you won't even have to. I'm going slow so that you can follow along. Chain 1, 2. We're making our twisted. We're going into that other one, the first one, or the one closest to your hook. Now, we're going at this one. And don't mistake it for your chain 3, or don't mistake it for your last double crochet. You'll pull it apart and make your double crochet. Your chain 1, 2, and go right in here, the first one closest to your hook, and make your twisted double crochet. Now at the end, you're going to go in here and you're going to do a double crochet in the end. Now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and you're going to go around. Now we're going to repeat what we did below this. See it? You're getting this, you got this ready for your shells. So now in here, in between or inside, your chain 2 is going to be right here, your 4 double crochets. Two. You always, you 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, right in the middle of, like I said, 2, your chain 2, you're going to do your 4 double crochets. I find this to be a really fun stitch to make, and I find that you can make some pretty stuff with it, and whatever you decide, whatever yarn you decide. Right in here again, between the chain 2, you make your 4 double crochets. And that's why I say that chain 2 is very important, because that gives you the rooms, because when you pull it apart, you can see there it is. It almost looks like a V. Well, it is almost like a V, but it's the 2 double crochets that crisscross each other. Now, after you made your 1, 2, 3, 4, you move on to the next one. Right in there. And I'm repeating this because I want you to be able to say, okay, I'm walking away from there and I understand, because you can make notes on this. I have a little book that I write everything in. I love my little journal, and I make notes. And if I change the pattern a little bit and I make it something that then I make my notes on the changes that I've made. So if you don't have a journal for your crochet stitches and the different things that you make, I suggest you get one, because they're great to have, because you can put everything you want in that journal. And I will be doing a giveaway of a journal very soon. So send me questions, send me comments, because that's where I'm going to pick from. And I am going to be doing a journal giveaway. And I love these journals because they're great. You can put all your stuff in it, what kind of crochet hook you used, all that stuff. So, and again, another double crochet. And you do have to be a subscriber to be in that as well. So there we go. And see how that pretty, it's just a light texture, but it just gives it enough. And then we're going to go right in here and we're going to do our double crochet, and this gives it such a nice edge. If you notice, it's got a really nice edge to it. Now you're going to do it again, because you're going to do your repeat. This is 1, this is the second row repeat, and you're going to turn it around and you're going to repeat. Again, you're going to go into that shell, you're going to go into the one farthest away from your crochet hook, that very first one, and you're going to make a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, 2. You're going to make a double crochet right in there, in that first shell, and you're making your twisted double crochet. Again, in here, double crochet, chain 2 in the first one closest to your hook, double crochet. It's a twisted one because there's like a little bit of a twist to it, and it looks really weird when you make it and when you look at it, but once the next row comes into play, it just finishes it and does what it needs to do to make that stitch, that twisted double crochet stitch, actually come alive. So it does. And again, right in here with your double crochet, you chain 1, 2. In the very first stitch closest to your hook, you're going to make your twisted double crochet. Again, you're going to go in here, chain 1, 2. You're going to go into that first one, again, right in there. You're going to make your double crochet. Again, Don't mistake the last, that end for it. You always make sure, pull it apart so that you can see that that's your shell, the one you got to go into. Chain 1, 2, and go into that very first one closest to your hook and make your twisted double crochet, and then you're going to do right in this top chain, you're going to do your last double crochet that cleans up your row and ends it. You're going to chain 1, 2, 3. You're going to turn it around, and again, just a reminder, and this is the row you should end with when you finish whatever it is you're making. You go right in the middle of this chain 2, and you make your 4 double crochets. Again, you go right where those chain 2 are, and you go right in there and you make your 4 double crochets. And this is the last one I'm going to do, but I wanted to show it to you. And again, this should be the row that you finish with whatever you make. And that's how you end up. And this is, again, your twisted double crochet that you're making those in. And this is your stitch. It's really beautiful. It depends on which kind of yarn you want to use, but it's a really pretty pattern. It's an easy pattern. It works quick. And like I said, it has a little bit of texture. And there's your twisted double crochets right here. And I wanted to show that. That's why I didn't want to end this, because I wanted to show you what it looks like, where you go in and you make your shells right in here. And this is the shells that you make, the 4. So this is Maria from CrochetAtoZ. I hope you liked this tutorial on how to make the Cabbage Patch Stitch. It is such a pretty and fun stitch to make. I really do love it. I loved sharing it with you today. And again, Maria from CrochetAtoZ. If you haven't subscribed, please push that subscribe button. If you have, thank you again. And see you again soon with another great pattern. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.